Peace and good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here, joining us in our morning meditation. Welcome from the coast of Maine. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. Good to see you have your heat on there, Wanda. We had to turn ours on too. Winter's coming. So I guess I took my glasses off and I really need them on. This is a quote from Rumi. There is one way of breathing that is shameful and constricted. Then there's another way, a breath of love that takes you all the way to infinity. That's kind of what we're trying to do here. That's really what we're trying to do here, is get all the way to infinity. So I got a note yesterday from someone, and she said, "Hi, Peter. Today's session was helpful. The charts were helpful. This was at our Kriya group on Tuesday. But I have a back to basics question. What does it mean to, quote, ride your breath, quote, through the chakras? I expand my lungs and move the focus of my mind to and around the various points in my body, but obviously my breath never actually leaves my lungs, and I don't actually drive my breath anywhere. Breath and riding breath are foundational descriptions of what you do, but the language is confusing to me as to what the exercise actually is and figuring it out if I'm getting it right." Very good question. To ride, to observe the breath, is like being in a stream that flows from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. To begin with, put your mind in front of your breath as you inhale and ride that front of the breath right down into your belly with your mind on focus, following the breath. Pause. And then as you exhale, ride the breath to the top of your body and the front of the breath like this. So I'm going to inhale. Just feel it come up your throat and out your nose. Feel it in your sinuses. Feel it as it rides past your chest, as it fills your belly. Just feel the front end, sort of like the front of a storm that's coming. Ride that front end wind. You know how that wind comes in as a storm comes in? Ride that front end wind with your breath. That's the fundamental. Now to the more advanced. When I ride my breath to other parts of my body, when I use my inhale, I focus my mind on these different parts of my body. I've trained my brain to pay attention to my breath through the practice of riding the frontal system up and down. I use that training to still bring the breath and pay attention to it as it comes inside myself. But I take the focus of the mind that I've developed in the practice and I drive my mind, say, to my palm. And I run a route right to the center of my palm as I exhale. So I use the focus that I've learned with my breath to drive my mind through my body. Now, obviously, I don't. My breath doesn't follow down my arm or go to my feet or my little pinky finger. It doesn't do that. But my mind does. And I'm still riding my breath with the mental focus that I have inside my body. And instead of riding the breath front and back, top and bottom as I go up and down, I take that same mental focus and I drive my mind somewhere else. So my body's doing one thing and it's driving the focus of my mind. So in some karate forms, when yeah, you you put all your power to the front of your fist, Yeah. You're still doing the same. It's the same basic technique. You're taking the energy in your body and you're putting it right at the end of your fist or to block right here, right there. And the mental focus is on the physical part of the body, but it's powered by the breath. The breath is the source of its not just its energy, but of its focus. When one focuses on one's breath, one takes claim over the direction of the mind. You can do this just sitting here. Just listening to your breath and feeling your breath as it leaves your body, as it passes your through your esophagus. Just feeling that brings your mind to a quiet place. That focus can then be applied to move your mind in other places in your body. So you're using your physical body as a bellows with your breath to drive your mind. So there's two things going on there. There's the physical body and there's the brain mental focus. But they work in tandem. They work in tandem, and the basic practice is to ride the frontal system of your breath to the belly and then ride the frontal system of your breath out your nose. It rewires the brain and teaches us how to do this. It's sort of a dual focus. It's the awareness of the physical nature of the breathing, which gives focus to the mind with practice and can be aimed anywhere in the body. It's a feeling thing. It's a feeling thing and a focus thing. You feel your breath with your physical body and you drive your mind riding on the breath, while paying attention to the physical aspect of the breath. You take that mental focus and you place it somewhere else in your body. Now, let me know if that explanation helps. It comes with practice. Um, Let me know. I'm just trying to figure out how to tell it to you. All right, so I'm gonna say hi to folk. Oh yes, we've got our sweet girly to keep us warm to get your heater on over there in New Hampshire. We just turned ours on in Maine this week. It's a sort of a statewide game not to turn the heat on here. Everybody tries to get to November. I never do. I don't think I've ever gotten to November. I lose this game every year. Hi PL. Hey Basilia. Good morning, Kate. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Today we're just going to do some quiet meditation. I'm going to use my breath as a bellows. I'll be forcing my breath with compressions. You don't have to do that. You can just ride your breath in a relaxation form, centering prayer form. I tend to combine my Kriya pranayama breath with my centering prayer relaxation breath. I usually relax about halfway through my practice. So 10 minutes of pranayama, 10 minutes of meditation, more or less. Those numbers switch around because I'm not looking at the clock. I'm feeling what's going on in my body. A great explanation. Very helping. Good. Thanks. Thanks for telling me, living for joy. I need to know whether I'm communicating well. And the only way I can do that is by asking you guys. Because I'm figuring all this stuff out I'm figuring out how to say it kind of as I go along. I just thought about that yesterday. What exactly am I doing with my breath? It's been so many years of practicing it. Okay. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 8:30 a.m.
I've turned on your 8:30 a.m. alarm.
Great. Thanks, Janet. I hope that helps. Okay. So today I'm going to grab my mask if I can find it. Because I do like to cut down on my sensory input. That means with silence on the outside, dark room where I can. And if I can't have a dark room, I make a dark room. Just like that. We'll start with several ohms. And today, as you focus with your ohm, in the past we were doing oh. These days I've been asking you to focus on one particular place with your mind again. Bring your mind today to the lustrous gem, to the temple of the jeweled temple, I think it's also called, the solar plexus. And it's right at the base of your lungs, right at the below the sternum. We've been practicing feeling that in our Kriya practice group. Bring your breath there and feel the vibration there as we do our ohms. Kind of bring your mind to that spot. It'll give you a little practice on your breath and your mind, separating the two of them. Feel the vibration. One more. Ride your breath. If your mind wanders, return to your prayer. Peace and thank you for being here. Good morning, Dana. I hope that helped. I sure feel better. Peace and love. See you Sunday. Oh, thanks for the balloons. Hi, Lynn. Keeping you in my heart today, Wanda, and Sam, too. Been wondering about her. Also, Bev has had a bit of an accident, keeping her in our thoughts and prayers, too. See you soon. Love you all. Thanks, Living for Joy.